and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, everybody, thank you for coming tonight. We'll have a roll call. Who's here? Barbara Boyce.
Here.
Larry McCaslin is here from Utility Management. We have Dean Morelli.
Here.
Michael Lewandowski.
Here.
Ryan Alberico is here. Let the minutes indicate that Christine Boucher Hall is taking minutes. We have Mr. Spooner filming again, and we have Kelly Turner here, right?
No way.
I'm sorry.
Tom Kelly. Don't embarrass him like that.
I'm sorry, forget his name.
Tom Kelly.
Tom Kelly. I knew there was a Kelly in there. I knew there was a Kelly in there somewhere. I wasn't sure which one.
I don't think he heard you.
All right.
Sure glad I got that on film.
Everybody should have received in their packet the minutes of the last month's meeting. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
I make that motion.
A motion by Barbara Boyce.
I'll second
And
it.
I got a second by Michael Lewandowski. Does anybody have any questions of tonight's minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. You have the bills, corrected bill list of $38,525.51. We need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make the
I
motion.
got a motion by Barbara Boyce.
I'll second it.
I got a second by Dean Morelli. Are any questions of the bills?
Just the changes that came in. This Pat and Cat, I don't know, Larry.
Yeah,
So we'll look for
that's
some more.
the generator company. They repair our generators. We've used them for day one. They came down, there's a problem with one of the control panels, that it's not reading the hours of when the generator runs. So I had them come out, check it out. They claim it really isn't their problem, that it's the SCADA systems problem, which is Metropolitan Pump. So I called Metro to come and check it. They did find out what the problem is. I'm just waiting for them to fix it. And that's all, all they did is really came out and they were here just in an hour. It's very expensive, and that's why tonight I'll go a little more into it with I found a new repair firm that the city started using that is more realistic on repairs. We've used them a few times already. But I think it's $900, Chris just told me.
On the bill.
And that's all they did is come out. So it's not their problem. They charge from the time they leave Elmhurst till the time they get back.
Sounds like a lawyer.
Yeah.
And all the other bills that were changed, basically, because it's the end of our fiscal year, we're trying to get everything paid within this fiscal year, so we, Chris added a few bills that came in late between the time we sent out the agenda to this morning. Any bills that came in today's mail too, we put on there, so we can end our fiscal year and start fresh next year. Any other questions? We have a motion and a second. I'll have a roll call. Barb?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
And Ron, yes. Okay, bills will be paid. Any citizens wishing to address the water board here tonight? Hearing none, I'll go on to Larry's report, utility management.
Okay, the only thing I have is that in your packet is a quote from Metro Power. This was the other company I was talking about. Like I said, we've used them a few times. They're a good company. I did talk to the guys in the city. They're using them. They asked me if they could send over a maintenance agreement where they would come out to each generator, change the oil. And you can see in the list what they would do and the fee they would charge. And they're saying for be $300 for each unit. There's 4 units at $1,200. And additional to that, the 2 diesels, and Patton had said this too, they like to do what they call a load bank test on the diesels. What they do is have this piece of equipment that they come and hook up to the generator itself, and it really makes the generator run at full capacity. So then when you really do need it, it does. What I've done, instead of doing that, I go down there a couple times a year and kind of turn it on like we lost power and let them run and turn the pumps on and off numerous times, so it does ramp the generator up. But the recommendation is to do this 2-hour load bank test on it. And if we wanted to do that, that'd be $300 each. Actually, this is a really good price. I looked for Patton Equipment, the other company, back 6-7 years ago, had given us a price on a maintenance agreement. And I couldn't find where I put the copies of it. I asked Chris, she couldn't find it. If I remember, it was a substantial amount of money. I mean, thousands of dollars. And you can see by their one bill why that is. Now I can, if the board if they want to consider this. Right now, what I do is I change the oil and air filtered oil filters. But as you can see, they're actually saying they're going to do a lot more than I'm able to do. But when Patton had given us a cost 6-7 years ago, the board really didn't want to spend that money. I didn't recommend spending that kind of money. So I told them I would get the filters and change the oil, do the things I could do. And that's what I've been doing for the last 8 years. But at this cost, I think it would be wise for the board to go with this agreement. That I don't even know what the filters cost us, but the oil and filter's going to cost you $100.
So what you're telling us is you do the basics and they would have more comprehensive.
Correct, and no more of, as you go through these, just like inspect generator controls and engine wiring, like the rocker setting annually, I don't even know what those are. The automatic transfer switch, I know what that is, but there's nothing I can do with it. What that is when we lose ComEd power, it automatically senses that and then flips it over to generator power. Then when the power comes back on, it switches it on, back on to ComEd power. Also inside there's a computer that, it's every week on Tuesdays they exercise for 20 minutes and this thing turns them on and off.
Gina, what do you think of
Are
that?
we voting on it tonight, or?
Well, it is on the agenda to vote on it, and I really didn't know that too much about it.
Is there a time frame as far as signing it or
No,
getting it?
not at all. They had just asked, can we send one? And I said, yeah, you're more than welcome to. If you want me, Dean, to go back to Patton and get a price so you can see the differences, that's not a problem.
That might be an idea, just to get an idea of what another company would.
Well, based on the information from Patton,
Yeah.
they're going to be more expensive regardless.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Quite. I want to, if I'm guessing, we were talking 10,000 a quote.
Oh my gosh.
But I would like to be able to say to the taxpayers that,
Yeah.
I'm not into taxpayers. but
Right,
people are
and that's
people.
not a problem. I'd call Patton and just say, would you resubmit a proposal that you did 6 years ago?
Mhm. at least we have something
Yeah.
to base it on.
Absolutely, and there is no time frame. I know the city uses them for their annual
Yeah.
maintenance, and we just said, would I mind if they sent one, so. And we don't have to do anything, we can continue, or I change the oil, but at this cost, I think it's
Worth it.
smarter to get somebody knows more what they're doing.
Yeah.
Based on this information, I think that, that this is more of a comprehensive, maintenance, proposal rather than just changing the oil and filters.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It looks like they're gonna be checking things
Yeah, quite
more
a bit.
diligently than,
Right.
that you're able to do,
Right,
so.
and it could work both ways. It could save you that it didn't break down, or they could find more things wrong and fix them. But if they're broke, they need to be fixed. It's an emergency piece of equipment,
It's
and
equipment,
an
yeah.
emergency, it don't run, it's not doing us much good.
Good.
So these guys came out a couple times last
Yeah,
month?
we've used them, as a matter of fact, they're in the process of, one of the transfer switches went bad, and they're in the process, ordered a piece of equipment to repair it. What, Chris, about 3 times for minor things I've had them out?
At least 3.
You don't remember what kind of bills they are sending?
They were over 1,000,
Yeah.
way over 1,000.
That's a Metro. No.
Metro?
Yeah,
Metro.
Oh.
Metro, not Patton.
I'm thinking Patton. Metro, I have to go pull all their, which I could do that real fast, if you want to know.
Well, if we're not gonna vote on it
Yeah.
tonight,
Why don't we-
maybe
I would
we'll
say
have it
let's-
for next
let's
meeting.
consider,
I
let's
mean,
get
if they
another
come out, it'd be
quote.
interesting
Yeah,
just to
like
see
I
what
said,
they
it's a
charge
phone
us.
call.
I just like to
Copies
see
of
another
their-
quote. I just feel comfortable having
Yeah,
2 people quote things as opposed to just going with
Sure.
a
right.
non-binding kind of
Yep.
contract.
I'll get you copies of all their invoices. Metro's.
All right, so I think we should table until
Okay,
the
that's
next
not a
month.
problem.
I don't have a problem with that.
Is everybody okay with that?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
That's
right.
all I had.
All right, payment location, an old business. I did contact Collins Street Currency Exchange. They did contact me back. They would be very interested in doing the water bills there. I did instruct Chris to get back a hold of them and tell them what we'd expect of them and how the program works. And you said you left a message with them. You haven't gotten back with them yet?
Haven't had,
You were
They
off
didn't
last
answer,
week,
yeah.
so, so we will, I would like to vote on that tonight, and if they're okay, if we can get them to work with it, I would like to start payments there. If everybody's okay with that. I have the residents ask me it more and more times about trying to get something down there, that area. When I've mentioned the currency, they're all thinking that's a pretty good spot. How do you guys feel? Well, I'd like to get it out of here.
Yeah.
We were talking about in shut-off situations that we can still take payments up here, so we know that the payment's been made, that we can call Larry and get their water turned on sooner than going through, waiting for them to contact us to let them know that the
Makes
payment's
sense.
been made, going through a third party. Everybody okay with that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make the motion that we go with currency exchange in Joliet.
Did they,
Collins.
did they give us a, like an agreement thing, like I know the one guy wanted to
Right,
charge
no, I'm
us
gonna
more?
make sure they sign an agreement and everything, it'll be the same, it'll be basically the same agreement that we have with the currency up there. They got 50 cents per
Right. They'll know
pay-
the one
payment
guy
that they
wanted
take.
to charge more,
They
so
do
that's why we
cash.
kinda didn't go with them.
They'll
That was
accept
the little
cash.
store.
Mm-hmm.
They keep all the cash, they write us one check money order at the end of the week when I go pick it up, along with all the checks. As long as they agree to all of that and
I was gonna
everything.
say, or should we wait till they agree to the thing, or should we?
Well, my thought is, if we go ahead and We could kick it off another month, it's not that big of a deal, but I was just thinking if we can get it, if they come back next week and agree with everything, we can get it started and going,
okay.
but, you know.
As long as
It's up to
Save
you.
the 50 cents.
if they agree to our terms.
Right,
Then
yeah,
I don't have a
same.
problem moving forward
Right.
with it.
Yeah.
Right.
You
I
know.
wouldn't do it unless it was the same exact terms that we
Right.
have with the
Right.
currency
Right.
exchange, or Core Winds, or Porter Drug when we have it. There'd be the same
Mhm.
thing, they fax it to us every day, who made the payments, and
Right.
if they agree to everything, then I'll go ahead and get it going. If we vote on it tonight, otherwise I could get the agreement first and.
No.
If the agreement meets our terms, I
Yeah.
think we should move with it.
Same terms.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And,
Because the other guy wasn't interested in our terms.
No.
he wasn't, he wanted to change our terms, and he did want to not take cash, which was defeating the whole purpose of
Right.
why we're making payments there. The only difference between this one and what we had in the currency exchange is what we talked about, maybe the turnoffs. People that have been turned off, we can deal with it in our office here, so it cuts out one of the
The middleman.
steps, the middleman, and get their water out a little sooner. So I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
We got a motion and a second. We'll take a roll call. Barb?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
And Ron, yes. Okay, so we will go with the currency. All right, other than that, I have no other business. The Aqua lawsuit is still pending. I would like to, maybe next month, try to get the attorneys out here. We can have a discussion with him as to what the status of the lawsuit is, and see what, we can make a decision as what direction we need to go with this. Because it's been years, 15 years in this thing.
Ron, I just had one question for Larry before he leaves, if I can, reference his report. I see at Hughes there was a big discrepancy, or there's something going on over there where there was like a lot of water maybe used.
Which one is
On
it?
February 14th, on a Sunday, said there was a high usage at 313 Hughes.
Oh,
The
yeah,
guy was
when-
moving out. I mean, did you just shut it off?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Because I was red, and then we called the guy, Robin called him on, and he says, well, he left the faucets running, the last one. Then he said, well, so I went right back over there after I read on Sunday,
Okay.
and they had a moving truck out there, and they were standing on the porch. They said, you got a leak in that house? And he said, a small one. I said, sir, there's more than a small one. And he says, how much? I said, well, you're talking like a $700 water bill. You're using 3,000 gallons a day.
Oh, my.
And he goes, I'll deal with it. Well, not much I can do.
No, I was just
Yeah.
wondering if you shut it off.
They did,
there-
yeah, so I can go, so I went back each day and reread that meter only, and he was using like 2,900.
So he just left the faucets on?
He says there was a leak, but before he said he left the faucet. I don't know if he lost the house and was just
Pissed.
playing, yeah. So I just went and shut him off, and I've never heard anything, but I didn't like losing,
Yeah.
we're only pumping 120,000 gallons a day. When you're losing 3,000, that's,
Yeah. Well, that's why I was just wondering if you
yeah, yeah.
did something.
So I don't think-
Yeah, I saw that too, but I didn't realize it was that
Anything like that,
significant.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? For the good of the water board?
Nope.
And I would entertain the motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I got a motion by Barb,
I'll second
and
it.
a second by Dean, all in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Ayes have it, thank you very much. And have a good